everybody. Doodle Raid. Sketch! Happy birthday, Sketch! Happy birthday, Sketch! Happy birthday, Sketch! It's Sketch's birthday. Thank you for the Doodle Raid, Sketch. Oh, have I got that cupcake for you? Hold on. Let me get settled and I will get you your birthday song via cupcake. Obviously. And it fits because you have a character named Cupcake, so duh, this is for you. How's everybody doing? Sorry no cam today, and sorry I'm late. Apparently Streamlabs is kinda effed up due to the Twitch hack that happened. So I had to do a bunch of stuff to get it up to date so it wasn't all wonky. Regardless, it's been stupid, so sorry I'm like 15 minutes late. That is why. So, apologies. You really should, Sketch. I would love to see that. The frog friend especially. I think that'd be really cute to see them interact. Serenity, you just lurking? That's totally cool, man. Hey, Faith! Alright, so... let's see what we got going on here. We're gonna be working on these Inktobers I've been doing. Welcome, everybody. I will throw in my socials just in case anybody wants to follow me. I've been doing a Inktober based on this little FAE REAPER character I have. So, oh, thank you for the follow, Robin. So there's a whole bunch of these, and you can look at most of them on my Instagram. And I've been putting up the process drawings on my TikTok, actually, and on some of my Instagram stories. So we're gonna be doing probably at least 2 of these today. I'm not gonna be streaming probably very long today. I am just crazy with stuff to do. So also no cam today just because my stream setup is a mess. We're redoing the entire thing, like we're changing out all our desks and everything, so nothing is where it should be. It's kind of a mess, so sorry about that. Oh good, Faith, I'm glad. Well, I will be your drawing buddy. You got so many raids at one point, you have 50 viewers. Wow, Sketch, that's great. Were you working on something fun? Sounds like you've had a good birthday so far. Oh, the music's a bit loud? Gotcha. How about now? Is that better? Or is it still kind of loud? Hi, Kat. How are you? Oh my goodness. Hi. You drew burbs. Oh, birds are good. You can never fail with burbs, my friend. Okay. So let's start off the stream happily. First of all, we're gonna cut the music for a minute and do this cheesy, corny thing to embarrass Sketch. Because it's Sketch's birthday. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna cut it completely. And then we're gonna do this. So happy birthday, Sketch. Come on, you gotta work. Oh my god, what if it's out of batteries? Oh, there we go.
Happy birthday.
It's got a little light.
Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
Look at that technology. Isn't that amazing? Look at that. You can't even compete with that nowadays. That is high-tech cupcake. Happy birthday, Sketch. Yeah, it actually lights up. I don't even know where I got this, but I was like, oh, this is perfect for stream birthdays. So we got that. We also have Hello Fortune. So if anybody has a question, a yes or no question, ask Hello Fortune. Let me have it, and we'll get it to you. Typically, the answers come out completely opposite of what she says. So, you know. All right. Oh, I see there's 2 things going. Hold up. There we go. Fixed. Alright. Oh, sarcasm. Basically, yeah, I guess she is. If she's doing the opposite, then that would be right. Okay, so like a smart person, these are actually just on sheets, right? And I mean, you know, however you want to work is fine. Oh, I still got a block there. I guess I could do it in there. So at the end of the month, here's what I'm going to do. I've had a lot of people ask for these originals. They were curious if they could get them and stuff. I will be selling these at the end of the month, probably actually the first week of November, to make sure I'm done and I've got them all scanned and everything. But my patrons will have first dibs on which ones they want, and then the rest of them I'll announce what's left. You know, you can get afterward on my Instagram. So if anybody is interested in getting one of these, they will be up. I will also be putting together a small, like, digital sketchbook of them. So that'll be a thing too, in case you're not into the originals and you just want them all kind of put in a nice little story format. I'll have that ready. And then today I just put these up. So if you were a fan of these, and Gabe finished the painting on this one, these are originals we did on stream. It's a collab. So like on this one, Gabe did the line work, I did the rendering. On this one, I did the line work, he did the rendering. So if you're interested in these, you can go to my site, cloverkin.com/originals, and those are up for grabs right now. So thank you, Sketch. Yeah, this one started off a bit rough, but it ended up getting better, I believe. So this one we called Pond Potion, and this one was Cat Soup. It's a lot like catsup. Do you really, Cat, every day? Oh man, I am absolutely blessed to have people like you. Thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying it so much. A lot of people seem to be. I didn't think it would be this big of a thing, but I'm getting a good response on it, which is really nice. So I thought of 2 more ideas today. I'm doing this day by day. So if anybody thinks I've actually planned out a story, incorrect. I have not planned out a story. I am doing this every day. However, I am very in the swing of typically thinking of stories. So this month's Clover card is actually gonna be this one. And I'm gonna finish it off a lot better and kind of polish it up. But for anybody who's interested in getting this piece but doesn't want to spend the money for the original or wait or whatever, I'm going to make it into one of my Clover cards that has a story on back. So if you just want this piece or one in general, sign up on my Patreon on the $4 tier, Clover cards, and that'll be this month's. And this is the only month you can get it. I do not sell them online anywhere. It's basically one and done, and they're gone for good. So if you just want that one, just sign up for this month and then cancel it right away, and you'll be fine. Who plans these days? I don't know, but I honestly get such a rush out of creating stories on just the fly. It's one of my favorite things to do, and I've been doing it for years now. I used to have like this specific hashtag. It was daily story bits, and unfortunately somebody started to use it. But if you go under daily story bits, you'll see some of my past stories, and that lighthouse story I did with the mouse, well, the light mouse, that one's in my highlights right now, and that was the most recent one. But actually, if you look up in here real quick, you'll see that there's a troll that comes up every once in a while. That's my book Grigor right here, which this actually was an Inktober. So similar to what I'm doing now, where I'm creating these story sketches basically based around this character, I had this exact same thing for Grigor, and I ended up making it into a book. So this was an Inktober, you can see here, in 2014. So it was a little bit ago. And I have another Inktober book from, it was 3 years combined. I did 3 years straight of one Inktober theme, and that one I have yet to put into a a story, but I was gonna do that later this year, I think, next year even. But I love this story. I think it was so fun. I've got some some guest art in the back from my friends. So I don't know. If you're interested in this, it comes with a pin, or at least there's an option to, of a little lily pad pin. This is on my store. So if you go to Etsy, it's on my Etsy, but my Etsy store. It's Chlorokin bit.ly/Chlorokin. That's on my Etsy. So you can get it there. I'm in the process of kind of mashing all my stores together so I can start selling, what are they called? Clothes. What are they called? Clothes. Hi, Twillo. So let's get started with this. I think next weekend we'll be working on Devoted Dandikin ATCs and Inktobers. I'll probably warm up with Inktobers and then do that the rest of the time. So next week might be a longer stream. This one is just going to be, I think, 1 or 2 of my Inktobers because I just got to do them. And I am on a roll with my commissions right now, so I am going hard at that. When you hit a stride on your art and your work and getting ahead, you ride that wave. So that's what I'm trying to do. But while I start doing this, I want to hear about your week. So everybody tell me one good thing that happened to you this week. And it doesn't have to be amazing. It can be just, you know, a nice thing. Or if you don't have any or you don't want to talk about it, how about one good thing you ate this week that was really awesome? And for those of you who are new here, I typically have a face cam up here, but like I was saying earlier, my stream setup is just in disarray because we're swapping out our desks. I say desks lightly because really these are fold-up tables we've had for years, and we finally saved up to get a couple desks. So hopefully by next weekend they'll be set up. They may not, but we'll see. And hopefully it'll be a way better setup. We're going to try to put the monitor on the wall. It's quite a small room, so we're going to try to figure that out. Well, that's good, Faith. I'm happy for you. Reconnecting can be good, as long as they've been good to you. Alright, so that's friend. And then reflection. Yeah. Pumpkin leaf. I'm writing down my my ideas while I have them so I don't forget them, because I will literally forget within 5 minutes. Reconnecting with a good friend, though, is always good, as long as they don't, you know, nothing happens that was bad that was the original reason you disconnected, I guess. Eric and Susan came where I helped me ages ago with making my DTD for my source yesterday and got to see the finished product. Oh, I bet they loved it. What does D2D or DTD stand for? Is that like your dimensions? Design? I was ill this week, but I realized I've not been ill since 2019, so that felt like a blessing. Oh wow, yeah, definitely. Kat, that's so good. I'm sorry you're ill, but yeah, since 2019, you've been safe. That's fantastic. I'm glad you've been so healthy. Hopefully you're not too sick, obviously, but you know. Oh, a duct tape dummy. So they helped you make the pattern to send to the fursuit maker? Is that what that is? Okay. Oh, good, Kat. I'm glad. Painter's jumpsuit and other people cover your neck to ankle and duct tape and make life-size dummy. Oh, that's so cool. What a good idea. Okay, so I have 2 ideas here I wanted to flesh out. One I have to think a little bit more about, so I'm not sure where I'll get with that. But for the most part, let's see. want her holding that staff. Maybe not. Maybe this floating would be nice. I guess she could be carrying it and it's not lit. Or maybe it should be lit. I guess if it's lit in her world, it doesn't need to be lit in our world. Also, I'm gonna ramble like crazy, just so I'm talking, but it might sound nonsensical. That's just what happens. And this is kind of the point in any sort of drawing challenge, I feel like, where if you're drawing a character consistently, you're figuring out at this point the things that kind of stay and go for their consistency. So you draw a character so many times that you eventually figure out what aspects of their outfit and their design that you want to keep and what aspects go, for ease of, you know, drawing them again and again and again. So that's why it's important, if you plan on doing a comic or anything like that, to draw the character a bunch of times before you actually start the comic, because you don't want to figure out what goes and what stays during the actual production. So you have to draw the character a bunch of times first to figure out, okay, this is how I want to draw them. Because your initial design for them might be a little bit more wonky than you eventually want it to really be. And honestly, in a lot of ways, simplicity is usually better by a lot. Coulter Wall's music? No, I haven't heard him. I'm a fan of, when it comes to like a lot of just regular kind of epic stuff, there's a whole bunch of people I listen to. There's epic trailer music type stuff, there's Two Steps from Hell, there's X-Ray Dog, there's a lot of like classic composers and things. I found Adrian von Ziegler is one of the ones that was royalty free for a while, so I got really into his music. And then I think he got out of royalty free, and then like Thomas Bergenson, he has a lot of good medieval stuff. There was another royalty free one I listened to. I'm actually really surprised at the quality that a lot of royalty free people are getting out there nowadays. It's pretty crazy. I'll have to check out Coulter Wall's though. What kind of music is it, Faith? Oh, he's a country singer? Well, I'll be honest, I'm not usually one for country, but I always tend to give anything a chance. Because you never know. Even if it's not your typical genre you're into, it might hit you different one day. Who knows? Who knows? And nowadays I feel like genres are kind of blending anyway, so something that might be considered country nowadays might not technically sound like country anymore. Who knows? You don't want the first pages to have a totally different look. It feels the final. It's true, and that's part of the reason I'm sure a lot of you are kind of mad at me at this point, because you're like, okay, Ashley, you always say you're working on these stories. Where are these stories? Well, I don't have the time right now to actually give to them, and a lot of you know that because I've got 30-some commissions still left. But there's good reason for that too, because I want to get a good run at them when I actually do them, for the sake of consistency. Because if you work on something, like let's say over a few years, you as an artist are going to change. You're going to improve, your style is going to, it's going to evolve and things like that. You're going to learn things, and then you'll start accidentally, even not knowing you're doing it, changing like design elements and things. So you can be as cognizant of that as possible, but even so, sometimes it's just unavoidable. So, I want to avoid that inevitable changing of the styles and all those things by not working on it until I have a good chunk of time to just totally run at it, you know? Otherwise it gets scary because you don't want to work on something, you know, over the course of say 5 years sporadically and kind of forget where you were at. It's hard. You know, have you ever done like a drawing and then been away from it for a while and gone back to it and been like, what was I thinking? Or I want to draw this character again, and you draw them and they look totally different? That's what I'm talking about. So when it comes to doing comics and graphic novels and stories and things, kids' books even, you want to make sure you can do that in as much of a chunk as possible at once. So otherwise you're going to fall out of motivation, you're going to fall out of the mood, the style is not going to be the same, you're not going to be the same, all that sort of thing. So it's pretty important, honestly. There you go, Cavendish, you know. Royalty, Cowboy Bluegrass, Dark Souls. I don't know why I just assumed you were talking about royalty-free Faith. I think it was because my brain was on the music I'm listening to right now. Sorry about that. I just assumed, and that was my bad. I know you like cowboy stuff. I remember you talking about how much you like cowboys and things. Orville Peck. Cute. What is Orville Peck, Twillo? I like folk music, like old folk music. I'm not big into like mainstream country or anything, but I dig folk music. So are Canadian country singers the thing now? That's what it's looking like. Wow, he's got a fringe mask. That's cute. I like that, Twillo. Well, my recent obsession in the past few years, music-wise, has been Gary Newman. And you might be like, what? Gary Newman, like Cars Gary Newman? Yeah, but he went like pretty dark synth rock, and it's really good. Like his album Savage, I got beyond obsessed with. Despite what I look like and listen to on my stream, and in general, I'm kind of a new metal junkie and happy hardcore and a lot of like fast-paced techno. I know that's weird and people would not see that coming, but that's exactly what my thing is. I don't know. I do like Indian stuff. I mean, I'm not lying with that. I just have a really weird mix of stuff. So, man, I don't want to go into these fairy wings. Be honest. Oh, he's a cattle farmer. Oh, that's adorable. LGBTQ country, really? That's adorable and really helpful. Is he himself LGBT, or is he just like an ally, or what's his thing? That's really cool that he does that, though. I'm glad somebody's doing that, because I feel like country music is very, at least from the outside. Like I said, I'm not into it at all. Never have been really. Gabe he went through a phase, but I feel like traditionally it looks like it's been very hetero, like centric. So to have him coming in, I'm guessing it's the same for Lil Nas. He's doing the same thing, I think, for rap. You know, rap has been always so macho about bitches and drugs and shit and gangs, but now that he's bringing the pink and the gay side of it, I think it's gotten a lot cooler. I don't know. Yeah, he's gay too. Oh, good. That's really helpful. It's inspired by the drama of Elvis. Yeah, Elvis was really flashy. Like, for being a supposed straight man, he was very flashy. Very Elton John-esque, right? That's a really interesting way to put it too. I never really thought about that. But yeah, Elvis is very flamboyant. In a humps women sort of way? I don't know. I don't even know how to put that. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing here for this one in particular is going to be showing her reflection. Because with anything ethereal, they always have a certain, you know, reflective look and all that. And you know, typically they're missing when it comes to mirrors and things like that. They're not there. So I thought in her case, it'd actually be really cool if her reflection was just the pumpkin leaf she wears. Because her poncho is a pumpkin leaf. Let me make sure what a pumpkin leaf looks like again. I've been drawing this the way I've been drawing it for a while, but I want to try to make it a little more accurate just for this one. Extra tier emotes, yeah! Oh yeah, make the pigeon emote. Do it. Pigeons are your shtick. I did not put pumpkin leaf back. Thank you, Faith. Okay, so pumpkin leaves. That is so weird that sometimes it's just you draw something over and over and you start like distorting it, you know? Because apparently I've been drawing it a little bit wonk. But I wanted to make it so she had sleeves and covers and things, but it's even a little bit. This is wonky too. I've been trying to spend no more than like 30 minutes on doing these. I've started to even take like a timer, and also doing all those process videos for these has really helped too. But let's see if it's going that way. It should technically be going the other way. Oh no. Oh me. Let's see. I'll do it. It's more of a square. So if it's going that way, it should be going this way. Right? No. It's the opposite way of how it was going, so it should be going like this. It's a bit better. A little bit better. Wonk. Yeah, right? Alright, that should, at least it lines up for the most part. Even so, I just want her to, like, she just shows up as a leaf. Let's put some other leaves around her so you know. So, in this case, you want to have things that are, what's the word? Grounded in this reality right now. So that you can make these assumptions that, oh yeah, this is a reflection, right? Because that's going to help when people know, oh yeah, this is reflected. I was really going to go all out this year in Halloween in our neighborhood since we're new here, but I'm just not going to have time. I'm super bummed about it, but I can't do anything about that. I gotta catch up on work. So hopefully next year the kids will get spooked out of their damn minds. Hi Robin. You know what? Don't stress about style. There's really too much emphasis, I think, and worry placed upon the idea of my style. You're gonna have a million different styles, and it's gonna change depending on, you know, what you're using, what you're working on, if it's traditional, if it's digital. So like, example, you know, this is this style for these things I'm doing for this story, but like, you know, for my digital stuff, sometimes it looks like this, and Sometimes it looks like this. Like, I've got so many different things here, and my watercolor style looks totally different. So you're gonna have tons of different styles, and you do not have to pick one. Just know that whatever you want to do, just do it. I mean, and obviously this style, you're gonna have a few things that are gonna look like you to people, and it might not be how you draw something. It might be the tools you use, or it might be the content you keep doing. So like, let's say your thing is snails, because I got snails on the brain right now. You do a lot of snails. So if you're doing them in clay, if you're doing them in watercolor, if you're doing them in marker, whatever you're doing them in, it doesn't matter, because people could most likely recognize your style by the fact you're doing snails. So there's this misconception that a style is this one thing that you hold on to and you never let go of it, and that becomes your legacy as an artist. That's not healthy. Especially if you're an artist that's kind of up and coming, still figuring out what you like to do. If that's you, don't stress right now about a style. In fact, the best thing you can do right now is try as many things as possible. You know, your style technically will evolve from the things you choose to include and exclude with your artwork. So like, I don't like drawing realism. I find it extremely boring. I'm not a fan of it. It just doesn't bring me joy. So I don't do it. Don't draw the things that don't bring you joy to start with. Okay, that's going to help you develop your style. And then from that point, you know, if you're drawing something and you don't like drawing noses, you know, maybe you can draw them, but you don't like to, omit them. I don't know. If you don't like drawing nipples on man chests, don't do it. Hey, that's how anime is. You know, that's the anime style. There's no nipples on that. So, you know, depending on what you want to include and exclude, that's going to help denote what your look is. And I would rather say look than style. Jeff, is that you? How you doing? Oh man. No nip-nops for anyone. Yeah, you know, it's whatever you want it to be. So, the whole no style thing, don't stress about that yet. It's like that trope in rom-coms, in like romantic comedies. They're always like, stop looking for love and it'll find you. Honestly, it's the same thing with style. The second you stop worrying about your style and just start doing art and just doing your thing, whatever it is, style will find you. It'll just be the thing you keep doing and you keep gravitating towards, because it's what you like to do. And like I said, once you get older, once you get more experienced, your style is gonna change. And I use the term style loosely because it sounds so concrete and finite, but it's not. Jeff, yay! Oh, I'm glad you're well. Thank you for joining, and you're on YouTube, cool. Now don't think you're just talking to yourself, because, you know, the chat is still going. So if anybody's on YouTube, Twitch, what have you, it's all going to the same place and you can all see each other's chat. So don't feel alone if you're on YouTube. "20 styles. Good, Faith. Good. Yeah, see, you know what I mean now. It's not so much about having one distinct thing. Depending on what you like to use, and I mean, I have friends who they're very adamant about using one material. Like, my old roommate, Tim, he just uses graphite. Graphite is his love. He loves graphite. He used to do a lot of digital work. He's good at it, but he prefers to do graphite work, and he's gotten known for that because that's where he likes to be all the time. Somebody like me, I like to skip around to a couple different mediums. I like watercolors, I like markers, I like all those kinds of things. So, you know, the fact that I want to skip around, I've got a few different styles because of that. And there's nothing wrong with either side. You do what you want. Stress about style, and now I just create what I like and thought I don't need a style. Now all of a sudden people would be like, oh, that's a cat type leaf. Right? Oh, I'm so glad that's like an example. Good. Cat, that's so good. I'm glad that worked out for you too. The way I do my liner and the way I shade eyes, it gets recognized as my style. See? And like I said, it's gonna change over time. It's not always gonna be you, you know, and then somebody will recognize something that looks like your style and you've, you know, moved from it, and I don't know. The thing that gets kind of icky is when somebody's obviously copying you and they don't give you credit for it, and you know it's because of you. Like that can get kind of icky. So if at any point you know something you're doing is because of, you know, someone else you've seen do it, give them credit, you know. Honestly, it doesn't make you look any less like cool or good if you credit someone else, you know. In fact, it makes you look good that you're paying homage to somebody that helped get you to where you are. So you know, give credit when you can. I think it looks good. It looks humble for sure. Makes you look like, yeah, I, you know, pay my dues where they are and all that. So definitely. Don't forget where you came from, that whole thing. Like a lot of my my mouse style and my I'll just say my woodland creatures, I guess. My upbringing was very Don Bluth and Beatrix Potter. And then my darker stuff is more Brian Froud. So I get people a lot telling me oh, this is very Dark Crystal and Secret of Nim, and I'm like, there they are my influences. I didn't even try to have them come out, but there they are. And that's just how that stuff works, you know? From what you put into your mind and your body, they come out eventually. They come out in, you know, what you put out. Just like food, you know, you are what you eat, you are what you consume. It goes the same way for you are what you know, consume stylistically and visually. It's all gonna come out one way or another. And you might not even know it. That's the other kind of magical thing about it. It's crazy. Definitely, Kat. And thank you so much for crediting me. I appreciate that. I really, really do. And it helps, you know, bring people back to the source too, you know, which is really nice. And that's awesome, Sketch. It's great you even, you know, describe it like that. And, you know, I know people are afraid to kind of say where they've come from if where they came from is like a bad place now, like maybe an artist has gone kind of dark side, but you got a lot of what you are from them. You know, I believe you can take something bad and turn it into something good. So if you credit them, you can definitely be like exactly what Sketch did there and say, you know, I don't agree with, you know, where they are now or anything like that, but, you know, they are responsible for giving me a lot of, you know, inspiration in what I do now, you know. I don't think that should be punished, really. You know, if this person ended up being a worse person now, that's a whole different story, you know. But in terms of credit where it's due, you know, bad people have made good things, I guess. It sucks. You don't want to support them anymore if they are bad and you know, found that out, but like, honestly, I'm getting some of that with doing Inktober in general. I honestly see Inktober as becoming its own thing. This is my kind of opinion on it. And yeah, Jake Parker started it, but I really feel like it's kind of taken off to be its own beast. So if somebody's doing Inktober, I don't honestly think that they're just doing, you know, Jake Parker's prompts and doing it because of him or anything like that. A lot of people don't even know who he is. And they still do Inktober. So I think Inktober is just, you know, using ink, right? But I tried to submit something to a group recently, and they denied my post because they're like, oh, we don't support Inktober because, you know, Jake Parker takes, you know, advantage of artists. And I don't really know where that whole plagiarism thing ended up. I think they settled on it or something, but I don't know. That one I'm still on the fence about. I mean, there's only so many things you can say, like, in a book a certain way. And yeah, it does look really bad. He probably did plagiarize them for sure. But I don't know. It's so difficult to know. But I'd rather not, I guess, see this wonderful thing die just because of that. Like, maybe his tie to it can die. But I feel like it's such a beautiful thing in general that, you know, like if Journey June, for whatever reason, if Gabe and I totally shit the bed, let's say, and really effed over the whole thing, I would still want people, or I'd still hope people would do it because it's helped so many, you know? And I would hope they'd still continue it even, you know, despite whatever happened to us. You know what I mean? So there are some good things that can come from bad things, which sucks, but it's true. The eyes so specific. Yeah, it really is tricky, Sketch. For real. What'd you get for your birthday meal? And it's okay, Robin. You know, maybe sometimes someone will bring it up to you and be like, hey, you know, this reminds me of this. And you'll be like, oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I was really into them for a while. And, you know, people might remind you. And even so, if your melting pot of resources and everything becomes so just kind of mashed together and you don't remember, you know, that's okay. Because, you know, you're taking so many things and then nothing's original anymore. That's the other thing. Nothing is original. So everything is a derivative of something else in some way, right? I mean, that's just a smart way to think about stuff. Because if you go down the originality train, you're going to get really obsessed with hoping that your stuff's original and making only original stuff. And it's just good to accept early on there is nothing left that's really original. Everything's a remix, you know? And that'll kind of free you up. But, you know, if you've got so many influences and things and it looks original to someone else and you're not doing fan art or something and it's legitimately yours, then you did a good job. You know, you did a good job bashing it kind of all together, I think. Oh, that's nice of you, Sketch. I mean, especially if people are learning. If somebody's like, hey, can I redraw your thing? I'll give you credit. I just want to, you know, try to match it. I'll be like, yeah, definitely. For learning purposes, for sure. Yeah, Robin, feel free. Anybody here, if you want to share a link, as long as it's not to selling fan art or, you know, not safe for work stuff. Just because sometimes we have kids in here and things like that, so. We don't condone the selling of fan art in my stream, so if you can avoid doing that, that'd be great. But otherwise, your original work is more than welcome all the time. It's the boy. Who's this, Robin? I wouldn't at first, Twillo. I think you'll be okay. I mean, you know, everything's gonna... The thing, and I was just thinking about this today, which is really weird. Until you get really accustomed and used to writing and drawing, everything you basically pump out in the beginning is gonna be regurgitated. For the most part, it's going to be stereotyped, it's going to be trite, it's going to be the same old shit that everybody's heard a million times. The whole thing is to keep writing, keep drawing to get past that. You know, once you get past that, you get all the junk out of your system, then you finally start figuring out all the elegant solutions and the real original ideas, you know. But at first, this is the whole 10,000 drawings, 10,000 words thing. You got to get it out, right? Oh, Kristen, how are you doing? One of the main characters in your book? That's great, Robin. Keep drawing him. Keep going, keep going. That's fantastic, Faith. I'm glad you're enjoying all those commissions you've been doing. That's wonderful. There you go, Sketch. Really, it's true. I mean, if you do steal, people will hunt you down nowadays. Unless it's selling fan art, which is so weird because that's stealing, but people don't hunt people down for that. Really, really weird. Anyway. Oh, Kristen, I'm so glad you're doing better. Is your energy coming back? Like, what's happening? And how's the rest of the family? Good? A lot of my illustrator friends and people I know are at New York Comic Con right now, which to me still sounds very scary. Gabe's gonna be doing Emerald City in December. So far, we're doing that, but we're gonna quarantine him when he comes back, so he's gonna be wearing a mask 24/7 in the house and all that. But New York sounds scary as hell right now. Like, a lot of my friends are saying that even vendors aren't wearing masks in some areas and things, and oh, it just sounds bad. Still stuck with a cough, miss the taste of food. Everyone else is doing pretty good. Yeah, the taste of food thing. Totally hear you there. Let me get this going. Again, for anybody who is interested in an original of these, I'll be selling them the first week of November, and I'm going to give my patrons the first dibs on them. So, for anybody who's interested in these, if you're a patron, I'll be giving you the link to the store first, in case you want one of these. This series of the FAE Reaper. But I will be putting together a digital sketchbook too, for those that aren't keen on Patreon. That's totally cool too. Did you sew? Oh, that's good. You got some sewing done. So, like, SEW. Sorry, that sounded like, so what? No, that's not what I was trying to say. Well, I'm glad, Kristen. That must have picked your spirits up a good bit. And Mike's doing better? How about the little ones? Are they okay? Oh, no worries about it, Jeff. Like, I don't expect anybody to, to for sure buy these. I'm just saying I've had a few people ask, but Sorry you've had reduced hours. Has work at least been okay? Other than the reduced hours, has it been enjoyable or is it kind of tough? Make a squirrel. Oh, cute! How'd that go? How's the squirrel look? Ooh, noms. Mike is mostly back normal, just low energy. Little guy's great as well. Also has come down a slight. Oh no. Well, I'm glad at least 2 of the 3 are doing better. Hopefully, Rana is okay. Nachos! Always yay nachos. I'm excited to see your squirrel. Yeah, put it in Discord. This is so weird. One of my pastels is just completely dirty and I don't know why. It's like going over ink so much has really made it kind of busted. And Jeff, I'm with you on the tight money thing. COVID is still very much real, very much alive, which means that we're still, as artists, in kind of dire circumstances, so Gabe and I have been taking every job that comes up, which means all my commissions keep getting pushed back, but we have to do it. If we don't eat, like, you know, so we gotta do it. People don't want to work, and a lot of accidents with people not paying attention while moving cars. Oh god. Leap, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome. How you doing? How's your Saturday? Let's go see your squirrel, Kristen. Oh, I love it. You did a great job with that fur on the tail. That's actually a really nice addition. Is this one articulated too? Oh my god, Sketch, the birds are lovely. And your little squirrel girl is cute as hell too. Everybody's doing the cutest freaking squirrels. You guys, these are so cute. My goodness, I love it. Holding an acorn, oh. Every time I see somebody do a spelling error of acorn and it's acron, I'm like, oh man. Space acorn, techno acorn, acron. That's all I ever think about. I know that's stupid, but that's where my brain's at. And for those that don't necessarily want one of these originals, my Clover card this month is gonna be this one here. So if you just want one of these, but you want the cheapest version possible, that would be the $4 Clover card option on my Patreon. I don't sell them outside of Patreon either, so they're kind of exclusive, but you can just sign up and then quit if you want. It's not a big deal. He's your persona. Aww. I love the overalls. That's my favorite one. I love overalls, man. I wish I could pull them off. Really can't, but I love them. Oh, I love them. Oh, thanks, Rollo. Yeah, so this one, I had a lot of fun doing. It's very sad. These are all pretty quick too. I feel really bad that they're a little bit rushed, but the whole point is to just do something and get it out, you know, for Inktober. But I'm gonna polish it up a bit for the card. So, oh, actually, I wanted to add a little bit here. So the lily of the valley has a few different meanings, so I wanted to include that in here, and I thought it was nice that they could be kind of a hypnotizing swaying, and the bells are letting go of some ethereal junk, dust, what have you, and kind of hypnotizing the souls to follow her. Because, you know, let's say a tragic thing happened and, you know, a tree branch got struck by lightning, came down and smashed a bunch of bugs and things. So she has to reap all the bug souls at once. So, you know, I picture her going around the area with this and kind of collecting them in this kind of death parade. And as they're walking, they can kind of transition to the other side. So I thought that was a fun way to do that. It's a bittersweet series. I'm enjoying it a lot, though. I'm glad you are too. I think that everybody seems to be enjoying them a bit, and I really like that. Oh God, Sketch, you're gonna hate me. I haven't put this one in my extender yet. I have like 10 extenders, and they're different ones too. There's one that screws, there's one that I push. But like literally I'm just using it like this lately so I don't cramp my hand. But I swear to God, I do have extenders. They're just not around. They're still packed, which is so dumb. You'd think I'd have unpacked them by now, but this is the only one of my pastels that's gotten this low recently. And I have a new one that I took out. I don't know where it is. Don't hurt me though, I'm sorry. I promise I have the correct things to do it with. Gasp. I know, you're so mad at me. Oh, thank you, Kat. I think my favorite thing about death is that it's both sad and, you know, not sad. I'm not gonna say happy, because it's not happy, but I love nature for the fact that it is neither happy or sad. It just is. And I don't know, that aspect of life I really like, that it's completely unbiased. It is what it is. You know, sometimes that means things are unfair or, you know, what have you, but it's nature. It's not like it has, you know, one side or the other. It's just what it is. Well put, Faith. I like that. Very, very sweetly put. You know, I feel like death got too much of a stigma over the years, and, you know, I technically grew up working in a nursing home since I was at least 11, and then until I was 21. So I dealt with mortality a lot growing up, and it just became part of everyday life. You know, you come in and one of your friends is dead, and, you know, you don't get used to it. It never gets easier. But you do learn how common and normal it is. And I am beyond grateful that I had that upbringing, because it gave me such, I think, a healthy view of death. And I feel like kids should all be working in a nursing home, volunteering or doing something, so that they're just around older people. You know, and I feel like that used to be the norm. Kids being around older people when, you know, families used to live together and things like that. But I think it's important. You know, mortality is important because I think it teaches you that appreciation of just living, you know. And I don't think enough people get to really feel that. The mere fact that you're here. That in itself is pretty magical, you know. The death over the last 2 years has consciously contributed. I'd say death for me all my life has contributed to this feeling, but Western society doesn't teach us how to express feelings, process it. Yeah, that's true. My grandpa's, I've never experienced such sorrow. I've never felt it before. I don't know how to deal with it, and it's almost taboo to discuss it. Very much so. Yeah, I completely agree with you, Kat, and I hate that death has become so taboo. It should really be that just the norm, you know? It hurts, but everybody goes through it at some point. We all have that in common. We know somebody, or we end up, you know, dealing with somebody who's had someone pass, and it shouldn't be taboo, because then you really feel alone when you can't talk about it, or, you know, there's no one you feel like has gone through it, because nobody does talk about it, but everybody has, you know. There you go, Sketch. I completely agree. That's how I feel about it too. It just is. You know, you can't argue it. Everybody has that in common. It's the common ground. You know? It just is. I feel like it weirdly prepared me too for when my mom died. I was like, it was back in 2006, I think. I think it was around 2006. So, I mean, I was, how old was I? 20? 22? No, I was 20. Wait, 96, 96, 96. 2006. I was 20. So when I was 20, my mom had passed, and I do feel like I was more than prepared for that. I didn't really even cry so much. I don't know. It was one of those things that was delayed. I think I eventually let it go, but for a while I'd been so accustomed to the idea of death that I knew how to treat it. I knew how I was going to feel about it, and all those years in the nursing home, I feel like really had prepared me for it, you know? And I think it really helped me grieve in a healthy way when I did, you know? So, I don't know, I'm really grateful for the opportunity I got working in that area, and I can't even tell you how many old people I made happy by, you know, just being around them and being with them, and that meant the world to me. Especially, you know, I didn't want to come to work and know one of them went, you know, one of them passed, without knowing, you know, that I had given them, you know, a laugh or something the day before. So that always felt really good. Knowing that, you know, at least one of their last days was happy. Stuff like that. Anyway. Death is on the mind because of these. Sorry. Let's see. I'll capitalize on death. Make the process impossible. People can't rest when they pass. Yeah. I could totally see that, Faith. It definitely does. I remember, like I said, when my mom passed, pretty shortly after that, like right immediately, actually, they were, you know, she got cremated, so my dad had to do the paperwork for that, and, you know, he's not in a mindset to have to deal with that. Like, are you serious? Putting together all that stuff, like funerals for people, like my mom didn't even have a funeral. Because that stuff is just, she didn't want one, and she didn't know anybody. My mom technically had, like, no friends. So, you know, for somebody, I would assume that had a lot of people that, you know, there would have been a funeral. I can't even imagine, like, having to process while plan an event. Like, get the hell out of here. It takes people months to get over stuff. And you want them, like, the week of to start? No. Like, it's so wrong. It is so weird. I just feel like that's not okay. People need time, you know, especially from their jobs and things like that, to process, to work through, to understand. Some people need to, you know, grow accustomed to the idea. It's crazy. Yeah, my favorite things are turning bodies into trees and mushrooms. I definitely would want to either be a tree or a mushroom. Right, Kat? It's crazy. Like, the same thing kind of happened with my mom, because she was okay for a bunch of months, like, in the hospital, because she had liver failure. She was a big drinker. And so she never found a donor or anything like that. And it was kind of a roller coaster for a long time. Some days she'd be good, some days she'd be bad. And, you know, eventually it was like, okay, she's starting to go downhill for good now. You know, say your goodbyes. And it was so quick. Like, super quick. And within a week, she was just dead. It's like, okay, that was abrupt, you know? Like, weird. Death is just weird. It's just a weird thing. But it's normal, but it's weird. Should I put you in a cardboard box and bury you in that? Oh yeah, I've heard about the cardboard box. I just don't understand why people need to be buried at all anymore. I feel like, I mean, unless you're gonna go the tree or mushroom route, but just bodies in the ground. There's so much that goes with that. Like, I heard that not only does it, you know, there's space in the ground for your dead body, and that seems like the most selfish thing in the world to me. But sorry if somebody knows somebody like that, but that's my personal opinion. I think it's selfish. You're dead and gone, you don't need the land. But just cremation, just that seems smarter to me and just less wasteful overall. But like I said, that's my opinion. I mean, I guess you could just bury a pile of ashes, you know? Oh, Facebook being a huge help. I could see that, Kristen. Yeah. And it's just crazy. If any of you have Facebook, if you go into, there's a certain area that you can choose to have somebody have access to your Facebook in case you die. So, of course I put Gabe down, but if you want to feed a tree, like, your body doesn't do that right away. If anything, right away, you get rained on and you pollute the groundwater. So, you know, you gotta go to one of those places that specializes in making you into a tree. Because just bodies in the ground, there's tons of pollution that goes with that, too. I mean, at least for cremation, you're, like, filtered. They have filters in their cremators, incinerator thingies. But yeah, cremation is so much nicer for sure. We all become part of it again. Yeah, the stardust. There you go. I like that, Faith. That's a very romantic way to view it. So anyway, death. There's that. It's October. It's the death time. We're all talking about it. I think especially in the past couple years with COVID and everything, people have had more exposure to it than potentially ever before. So maybe in the long run, you know, that'll have helped people talk about it more. I'm spending way too long on this. Sorry, everybody. This is I get talking and then I get distracted. And typically these only take me a couple minutes. Robin, do you have, instead of that link, do you have a link to maybe your social media? Because I feel like that could be a lot more, what's the word? Productive, because then people could follow you if they like it. Because otherwise it's just, you're just showing it. And I love that you're showing it, but it'd be nice if they could have a way to further get, like, later art from you. You know what I mean? So like maybe if you could put it on Twitter or like whatever your social media is, and then post that link, I think that would be more helpful. If you want to join our Discord, Robin, so you can get some valuable critique on your stuff, feel free. I mean, we have a pretty amazing art community, in my opinion. The people who have joined our Discord are just wonderful. They're warm people, they're nice people, they're helpful people. I'm just trying to help you, I guess, set in place getting more interaction for your stuff later on, so you know when you want a critique, you've got it kind of set up where you can get it. Oh yeah, no, complementary colors, Faith, you gotta look into that. That's the whole point of complementary colors, is to get the other color to pop. Okay, so this is this one. Get a little bit darker here. So this will be a new one. I have to mark which ones are new, otherwise I won't really know. And then once I've done it, I can put an X in it. So there's that one. Let's see. So Faith, what gave you your new oomph into doing art again? Like, I know you said you wanted a break from it for a while, and then you just recently went back. Like, what made you want to? I think it's great. And I had this other idea that I wanted to do. I thought of my last one since week before. Good for you, Sketch. That's great. Is it because you started eating healthier or working out, or That's great though. I've drawn in such a long time. I'm happy that doesn't look like garbage. Oh, it won't. No, Robin, don't apologize. I'm glad you don't, you know, you're proud of it. You should be proud of it. Keep going though. Don't give up. Hi Vi, how you doing? Oh, that's good, Faith. I'm very proud of you. I know you're trying to work up to that for a long time. Well, good on you, Sketch. I'm proud of you. Well, thanks for joining when you could, Vi. Do you have a good day? I guess a good Saturday, huh? This should go down. No, don't ever apologize. No one in here apologize for ever, you know, not showing up or anything like that. I'll be here. I'll be drawing. If you miss a few, that's fine. I mean, you have a life. I will never blame you. I'll never make you feel bad and be like, where were you? I'll never do that. Because I would much rather, you know, you be out there living your life doing what you want to do. I mean, I am. I'm here for that. I'm doing what I gotta do. You do what you gotta do. So don't apologize. You're more than fine. When you're 14, really? Oh my god. What? Wait a minute. 7 years ago? Was it really? Oh my god, wait. Because I started streaming, I think, in 2016. Was that so? That was 7 years ago. Oh my god. Oh my god, Faith. What the fuck? That's crazy. Sketch, did you really? Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you so much. Sorry I was a little late. My Twitch and my Streamlabs weren't like working together because of the whole Twitch getting hacked thing. So really, if you haven't heard about this yet, Twitch got hacked and all the info, like income for every streamer on Twitch, even me and Gabe, is out there on the internet. If you want to find out what any specific streamer makes, you can do that. It's been made public for whatever reason. No, I don't really care. I hate that it made it harder for me to stream today because the whole back end of Twitch is like cluster F. But also just that, like, I don't understand the point of that. Like, why would a hacker do that? It's not like they're doing blackmail or anything like that, so well, what are they doing there? You know, like, why'd you release this info? Why wouldn't you even, like, hold it to potentially blackmail? It just didn't make sense to me, so I thought that was really strange. Like, I didn't understand their intentions? I don't know. Yeah, right? People know about the 10 bucks I make. I've heard very little about Hassan. Like, what... Vi, can you sum up what that whole thing is quickly? And a backup pen, but I keep picking up and trying to do things and failing. Oh no, Cavendish. Oh yeah, you did find me through Tim. That's right. Well, I'm grateful for that. Oh, Sketch, you're wonderful. Thank you for bringing it over. NMPS vid. I don't know what that means. Oh, does he? Great. I know he is taking advantage of this guy who's editing his videos, but that's all that I kind of read into. And honestly, I wasn't surprised because that just happens a lot. As shitty as it is, it's nothing new. I like to think that her moths are like her ravens, since she's a fae. So they bring her information from the light. Ooh, there we go. So since moths always communicate or like gather around the light, they're bringing her information from the light. Maybe on her next reaping, things like that. Really? God. That's ridiculous. I hate it when bad people do well. Like, you know, the biggest letdown I think of my life was when I learned that hard work doesn't equal what you think it would. Like, that makes me sad. Like, I thought you work hard, you know, things will work themselves out. You'll get back what you put in. And I learned that is not true, at least in this day and age. So everything is based on basically luck. Now that it's the internet, luck and networking and being at the right place at the right time. That's all the internet is, you know? So it's really, really weird. Maybe if we lived in a different era, things would be different. But they aren't. Is he a game streamer then? Vi? Or what's that about? Baku, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Yeah, that's probably true. Just in a different way. So I've been working my ass off for, God, ever. Doesn't seem to amount to anything, especially when it comes to algorithms. Like, I've had my Instagram since 2012. It's like, you guys, it doesn't even matter. Like, unless you go viral. It's crazy. I've never in my life wanted name brand anything. Like when it came to clothes, I've never been that guy, so I can't even relate. I don't understand any of that. Oh, he's a variety streamer? Games and political talks, okay. Art supplies? Yeah. I mean, I guess there's that, but I feel like that's different, like tools versus fashion. Though I know some people would consider fashion tools. Even so. Let's say I've never bought something to be a statement piece. Maybe I should say that in that way better. Maybe that makes more sense. I want this to have a nice shadow. Yeah, I'll do it that way. Yeah, the algorithm is kind of bleh nowadays. But it's like everybody knows it and you can't change it, and it's like we have to play by their rules or nothing at all, so it's like, well, what do you do? What can you do? What food did you get, Sketch? I'm so curious. You know I love food. Tell me about what you got for that birthday meal. Oh, bye, Vi. Hope you had a good weekend. Oh, nachos. I must have missed the whole nachos thing. Bubblegum ice cream sundae, god damn. Okay, is it the bubblegum ice cream that has actual bubblegum pieces in it? I need to know if that still exists. That existed when I was a kid, and it was the most ridiculous thing. Like frozen bubblegum in ice cream is like the worst idea. The worst damn idea. Who? Anybody my age in here remember the bubblegum ice cream that would be at like ice cream shops? Oh god, it didn't make any damn sense. It's like, let's put this thing you're not supposed to swallow inside this food that's delicious that you really want to swallow. What is that? Trying it once is enough. Oh, Cavendish, gotcha. Sophia, we gotta talk. You gotta explain to me how, like, how did you eat it? Did you just save up all the little bubblegum bits in a pile and then eat them afterwards? Or what did you do? Yeah, and the gum was like poor quality. It was so hard. Like, I love the taste of bubblegum things, but the fact that the ice cream it didn't just taste like bubblegum, it had gum in it. Terrible idea. Oh, same as, you remember when they were putting gum in chocolate? What is that? Like, why? What? I'll agree with you, Sophia. Like, the flavor of that ice cream was dope. Like, it was so good. It was super tasty. But the whole idea that I don't know what they expected you to do with the bubblegum bits. I don't know how to eat it. I don't know what they wanted. I don't know what they wanted from me. Yeah, there was chocolate gum or something. Like, gum in chocolate. Let me see if I can find it. It was like older candy. Let's see. God, this is gonna take me forever to find. Oh man, Butterfinger BBs. I loved Butterfinger BBs. Where'd those go? Why did those need to die? Those were good. Do you guys remember Butterfinger BBs? Oh, Astro Pops. Gross. Oh, and all the cherry cola gum. I loved that. I thought those were really good. Yeah, there was gum that had chocolate in it. I don't know where it is right now, but it was... Ugh. I didn't know what to do with it. They wanted your money. We have Kinder Eggs again now. They're not banned anymore. They're in the impulse aisle, and I know that because Gabe will get them. Because he is an impulse whore. Circus peanuts? Oh my god, I still don't understand those. They don't taste like anything to me. Like marshmallows, but not. Like what? They're always hard. I've never had a soft circus peanut in my life, and I always give them a chance and I'm always let down. I don't know what it is. Yeah, we have them now though. But they're not the same. I thought they banned Kinder Egg because people kept choking on the toys. That's what I heard. Is that not the right thing? And the chocolate gum, that I remember a long time ago, like when I was a kid. So I don't know if that's still around at all. It was around the same time the candy cigarettes and the gum cigarettes. That whole thing. But it's weird because I do like Charleston Chews. I like Charleston Chews. Candy cigarettes are fun because you'd blow on them and then, you know, the powdered sugar would come out and it was kind of smart. I'll be honest. As far as the candy design, smart. Really bad from like a marketing standpoint. Getting kids hooked on the idea of cigarettes early, obviously, but from just purely a design standpoint, very effective. I'm not doing Drawtober just because those prompts are completely different. And I'm not doing any prompts, honestly. So I'm barely doing Inktober. The only reason I call it Inktober is because I'm using ink. But I think everything is just melding together now. So my friends who invented Drawtober, people are using the tag now. And, you know, they're not doing the prompts. So it's like the same thing with Inktober, how, you know, Inktober has prompts, but not everybody does them. So it's kind of all over the place. I think, yeah, some people are calling it just Sketchtober in general, but I might be wrong there too. That might be an actual thing that someone's doing. But the original Drawtober was started by my old roommates. And like Inktober, I know, has its stigma. But like I said, I'm not doing it for him. I'm not trying to give Jake Parker any sort of anything, but I do want to use the hashtag. It's going good though, Sophia. See, I didn't even know that, Sophia. Isn't that weird? Everybody seems to know a different version of everything. Whatever. Drawing during October, whatever thing you're using, whatever. Because people are just going to start using hashtags that they find out have a lot of hits anyway. So it's just going to eventually become this giant mess. It already is. But it's going good. I'm enjoying this story. I really like making stories on the fly. I think a lot of you know that. I've done a few on the fly, like Journey June ones, and then my Light Mouse, and then I think there were 3 stories before that. One of them's, 2 of them are for sale on my Etsy. So I like that I can later polish them and sell them if I want to. That's a nice, I guess, side effect of it. But it's going good. Just do the art. Are you doing anything, Sophia, for it, or are you just hanging out, kind of doing your own thing? I mean, honestly, I feel like as long as everybody's doing the work, use whatever damn hashtag you want to. That's kind of how I think about it. Oh, I don't have a store command. I really should. Oh, my Etsy. For now, I'm in the middle of merging all my stores, since I'm gonna have apparel and stuff soon. Wild animals, cool. Furry-tober, but it's not furries. Animals. Well, you're gonna get a whole bunch of people for that. Different kinds. Oh, that's right, Kat. I'm so jealous. I wanted to be a part of that. That would have been so much fun. So you do them on stream then, yeah? So like tomorrow you're doing a stream link, yeah? Or is it just those streamers? I completely forgot how you described it. Oh, I gotta message Gabe real quick. I'll probably do these 2 and then be good for today. But that's still cool, and I think it's really nice that you're still bringing, you know, attention to it for those that may not know about it. I think that's really nice. Dude, never underestimate, like, exposure via mouth. Like, spreading the word vocally, it helps so much. Whatever it is so important. And I know you do it a lot on your stream. You advocate for a lot of your favorite artists, Kat, and I think that is so awesome of you. You are so sweet for doing that. Because really, that is the stuff that helps. It really does. Yeah, if anybody here has an artist they love, but you can't support them monetarily, the best thing you can do is share their stuff. Seriously. It helps so much, you don't even know. I feel the same. You wouldn't be who you are without the people around you. True that. Oh, and since different people are here from earlier, I'll show real quick that Gabe and I did finish these, and these are up for grabs now. So if anybody saw the stream where Gabe and I worked on these, and then we just recently finished them, they are up for grabs if anybody's like totally enamored with them. You've got the pond potion one here. She's got her little fly familiar. And then we got cat soup. He's cooking a cat. He's adding some salt to it. So shake, 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 shake. So Gabe did the lines on this one. I did the rendering. I did the lines on this one. Gabe did the rendering. So yeah, it was pretty fun. Like he had to revisit some stuff. He didn't have certain tools that were on the stream, so it looked like hot garbage. But it ended up being a lot better. I like his shadows. I like what he did here with the background shadows. I think that's nice. But yeah, these turned out pretty okay. It was fun to color one of his funky characters. I liked it. It's nice to meet you too, Robin. I hope to see you more. I enjoy your work. Keep at it, okay? Man, everybody talking about dinner. Clover wants dinner. I like dinner. Give me some dinner. I've been eating like just vegetables all week. Like my air fryer is one of my favorite things in the world. I just make zucchini chips and dip them in the vegan mayo and make sweet potato fries and like fried tofu. It's tasty stuff. Tasty, tasty stuff. It is so tiny. Yeah, it's completely true. They're very, very, very tiny. But it's good. It makes it go quicker. You know, I don't want to spend a ton of time on it. Working small not only helps you to learn about how to use space better, but it makes it so it's not scary. You know, the bigger you work, the scarier it's going to be. So if you're not used to, you know, working large, I highly suggest you don't work large for a while. You learn how to make a good composition on something small, and then when you get comfortable with that, you move up. Because, I mean, if you go straight to making big pieces, it's going to take a lot of time to finish that to move on to the next piece, and the only way you're going to learn is by making piece after piece, right? Like, the more times you can, you know, fail or get experience is good. So you want to make that, when you're starting off, as easy as possible to do it a bunch. So when you're just learning, quantity is more important than quality, in my opinion. You're going to want to do way more drawings than anything. And then once you get comfortable with things, you can start focusing on quality. You know, once you know how to. Because it's not always, you know, just making the big thing and going for it. It's nice to do every once in a while, but you also want to make sure, you know how to make a good composition. And that's why when some people do a big piece and they're not used to doing such a big piece, they'll have one corner that's like got a lot of detail and stuff, and another corner is kind of sparse, and they don't really know how to balance it. And that's basically what that's about. You learn to balance it through, you know, smaller application like this. So if you want to, you know, experiment with a new medium, or, you know, you're not sure about if you like, you know, how a character looks or something, try it smaller first before you commit to doing something big, because that's a big commitment. And doing like a smaller thumbnail and things like that, that's really gonna help you get your, you know, your bearings with it, really. Which doing that first is good. It's technically a thumbnail. You know, these could all be thumbnails for bigger pieces. So, are they gonna be? Probably not. I'm just gonna make them into a little book and be kind of done with it for now. Could I revisit it a later time and turn it into something big? Sure. Why not? You know, anything you've done in the past that you've done groundwork for, fair game for the future, you know, why not? But I highly suggest doing small things first. Especially if you're using a new medium. Then you're not using a ton of it, you know. You get a couple new paints, maybe not a whole paint set because that can be expensive, but you get a few new paints, you try them out, maybe you hate them. That's okay, then you didn't spend a ton of money on it. Maybe you love it and it worked out really great and you want to buy more. Cool, then buy another color to add to the collection or something like that. To save money, don't buy giant, you know, kits of different colors. So those are expensive, and most of the time you're going to just use maybe 5 of the colors or something. So, you know, get colors as you go. So you learn how to use the ones you have, and then you're like, yeah, okay, the next one I need is this one. And you get that one. Am I vegan? I'd say I'm vegan probably 80% of the time. The other 20% I'm vegetarian. But honestly, I'm going more and more vegan all the time because I can't have eggs, I can't have gluten, cheese, I can't have that. Like, I can't have any dairy or gluten anymore, so I am vegan. Yeah. I'm not even used to saying it because I don't even think about it. But yeah, I don't have dairy of any kind or gluten even, so my body hates me. Oh yeah, save your birthday cake, Sketch. That'll give you something fun to look forward to tomorrow. Gabe and I don't believe in birthday days. We believe in birthday weeks. So you get a whole week in our opinion. Has it really, Kat? I'm so glad that actually has worked for you. For a bunch of people I know it has. I know it did for me and Gabe, so I mean, we're just preaching. So. Oh my god, 9x12 is still so big though, Sophia. Like, if you're not used to, like, if somebody's not used to working at even 5x7, if you give them a 9x12, that's still too big, you know? Doing 2x3, then 4x6, then 5x7, then 6x9, then 8x10, then 9x12, I think works just as fine. And those are all frame sizes too. So I think, you know, unless you're really drawn to doing a certain ratio, if you don't really care what the ratio is, then just go with frame sizes, because then if you decide to sell it, you can tell people, hey, it was the frame size. So oh, bye, Sketch. Aw, I hope they heard the bit about birthday week. I think everybody deserves a birthday week. Just one day that's for your birthday seems not enough. Just be nice to yourself for a whole week. I think doing that too gets you in the mindset of self-care if you give yourself more of like a week. So, you know, then you get into the groove of that, and then hopefully that kind of sticks, and you not necessarily like go crazy spoiling yourself, but you get in the mindset of, you know, I need to rest, I need to lay down, I'm gonna go do that. That sort of thing. I think a lot of people can't come to terms with that, like when they need to go take a nap. It's okay, go take a nap. If you're tired, man, if your body's telling you it's tired, something's wrong, you gotta go either sleep or maybe you have a gluten intolerance, you know, something like that. Ah, that's good, Sophia. So I'm gonna finish this up and then we'll probably cut the stream. So I gotta go finish a lot of the commissions I've got going on. Tomorrow I have to get up early and drive 3 hours with a friend to an equine hospital to pick up her horse. He's a barrel horse? Oh, Tater tot. Oh, poor baby. Well, I hope he's okay. I hope you have an easy time doing all of that, Faith. I hope it's not too rough no matter what. Oh, the poor baby. Tater tot. You have horses, don't you, Faith? I remember you saying you have horses. Have you always had horses? Like, is that your family's main thing? Like, what do you guys do? You have a farm, don't you? I'm trying to remember. Does anybody here think I should do a draw this in your style of this? I was thinking about it, but I wasn't sure if that's a fun thing, or if people would even want to draw this character. Does anybody do a lot of draw this in your styles? Like, what is the... Do people give away things for that? Like, how does that work? Or is it just a fun thing to do? Still 80 degrees out. What is going on? Hopefully next week it does get colder, but man, I'm checked out from this weather. Like, hard. I want it done. So done. Would you do it, Kat, you think? He's her retired mayor's called. I just pick him in the pitch. Oh. 6 horses, wow. How big is barrel racing? Like, is that a pretty big industry? That's cool. Here comes the vignette. Oh, Chaos! Thank you for the follow. Welcome. I'm working on an Inktober story that you can follow on my Instagram. I also have them forward to Facebook and Twitter, and I'm doing process videos on TikTok, all over the place. So whatever your social media poison is, it's probably there. I stopped forwarding things to Tumblr. I feel really bad about it because I have some people on Tumblr. But man, like, first of all, Instagram is bugged as fuck with Tumblr, at least on mine. So I'm not even able to sign into my Tumblr on there, but I don't know how much trouble or how much it'd be worth to do it anymore. Giveaways sometimes would love to regardless of giveaway just for fun. Barrel racing, huge national and international, huge money, but such a fun community. Oh, that's great. That sounds really fun. Is it fun for the horses too? Do they enjoy doing it? Oh shoot. Kristen, are you still here? Maybe I'll do this in November, because I feel like people are probably burdened right now with a lot of Tobers. And then I could give away a free sketchbook. Maybe I'll do that. Oh, good. I'm so happy to hear that, Faith. I've never ridden a horse. I think it'd be fun. I imagine it'd be scary, but I also imagine it'd be fun. I think Gabe has ridden a horse before and he told me it's kind of scary. Just because they're so tall. Alright, we're getting near the end here. So, if anybody has anything else they want to say, let me know. Any other questions? You can find me everywhere online as Cloverkin, except on Twitter. On Twitter I'm Cloverkin Art. Same on same on TikTok. I stream Saturdays at 2 p.m. CST. Hopefully next week I can have my face cam back up. Sorry about that. This week was a weird kind of incident, so no cam this time, but hopefully next time. You have to pretend not to be scared. Oh. It sounds pretty freeing, like the kind of freedom you feel when you're going fast on a bike, but better because it's a living thing. I could totally see that being really addicting, like super addicting. I see why people do it for sure. Oh, Megan, thank you. You got me right as I was about to stop, too. I did this one, and I did this one earlier. So, this one, it's how she's seen to everybody else. She just looks like a pumpkin leaf because she's wearing her pumpkin poncho. And then the other one here, these are like her ravens. All these moths are basically her ravens. So they come tell her about the ongoings in the spiritual world and tell her if, you know, hey, you need to go reap this, reap that, that sort of thing. And I have 2 of your pencils done. I'm gonna do, first of all, really quick, Megan, I'm gonna do all the pencils for all your Devoted Dandikin pieces I owe you. And then I'm gonna paint one, and then I'm gonna send that to you, and then I'm gonna paint the next one and send it to you. I just want to make sure while I have them all with me that I get them all matching. So I hope that's okay. My pen battery's dead. He magically pulls out a quad A battery. Oh no! This whole time, Cavendish. Oh, that's weird. Hi, Waco. Okay, good, Megan. So you're cool with that? Okay. So, by my calculations, you should have your first one hopefully in the next week or so, if I can get all these penciled within the next 2 days or so. Bye, Sophia. Thank you for coming. Oh no, Radio Shack. Oh god, Cavendish. It's been a minute, huh? Oh god. Lord, Lord, Lord. Okay. That's out. Smoke. So as I said earlier, we're gonna end it in a second here. So if anybody has any last words, anything they want to ask, say, what have you, do it now. Do it now. Hey, Waco. Love you too, Faith. Take care. I hope your horse friend is good. How's your Saturday been, Waco? You alright? And Megan, I thought about just scanning them and then looking at them later, but it's not the same. Having them in front of me is a whole different ballgame. They'll match so much better if I can do that. Muffled headphones broke in my hands. I'll put it. Once I grabbed my 4-year-old headphones with a broken mic. Oh no! Well, I'm sorry they broke. 3 months though. That's kind of lame. I hope they can still reimburse you for those. Alright. One last thing. Add more to this vignette. What brand were they, Waco? Crosshair? I've never even heard of that. Weird. I'm still sorry, that's kind of just, what's the word? Unfortunate, but like, you know, bad timing, I guess. So I'm gonna probably be posting the other one we did today for today's. So that should be on Instagram in about an hour or less. Then I was thinking maybe I could make the Twitch stream into a process video. We'll see. We'll see. So anyway, let's see if there's anyone streaming that I can raid. None of my friends are on. Oh well. Oh well. It's very true, Waco. Very, very true. Comfy headphones are hard to find. You're welcome, Rollo. Thank you so much for all your support and always being here. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. You're so sweet. My stream wouldn't be as fun without all you here. So thank you so much. I'm sorry I couldn't find somebody else to raid, but no one's on. I will be back next Saturday. We'll probably be working on some Devoted Dandikin stuff, so more originals, and probably more Inktober junk. So if you want to follow this story, I'll put in the hashtag, follow the tag Reaper on socials to get updates. And I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, wonderful night. Thank you, Cavendish. You too. Be happy, get rest, okay? I'm so grateful you all came. I'll see you next week, alright? Bye!